40 million killed, 16 million direct descendants, thousands of destroyed cities, one lost grave. What connects these numbers? A man whose name became a symbol of terror and power. Today, I will reveal 10 facts about Genghis Khan that will give you goosebumps. Prologue. Before we begin, a small warning. Today's story is full of blood and cruelty, but this is exactly what the era of the greatest conqueror in human history was like. And if you're ready to dive into the dark world of the 13th century, keep watching. Fact 1. Unprecedented scale of killings. Genghis Khan and his army destroyed about 40 million people, approximately 11% of the world's population at that time. Imagine, every 10th inhabitant of Earth was killed by one army. This extermination was so effective that it led to a noticeable decrease in carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Modern ice core studies recorded a sharp drop in CO2 precisely during this period. Carnegie scientists called this the first case when one person's actions changed the planet's climate. For comparison, it's as if today the entire population of the USA disappeared, or the combined population of Russia, Germany, and France together. Fact 2. Bloody intimidation methods. Before each city, the Mongols erected pyramids of skulls from conquered peoples. This was psychological warfare designed to break the defender's will before the assault began. In the city of Nishapur in 1221, after Genghis Khan's son-in-law was killed by an arrow, the Mongols didn't just massacre the entire population of 1.7 million people. They killed even cats and dogs to demonstrate total annihilation. The residents' heads were stacked in separate pyramids, male, female, and children's. When the city was completely destroyed, Genghis Khan ordered the land to be plowed and sown with barley to erase even the memory of the city's existence. Fact 3. Genetic legacy. About 16 million men today are genetic descendants of Genghis Khan. His Y chromosome is found in 0.5% of the world's male population, every 200th man in the world. A study published in the American Journal of Human Genetics confirmed that a specific genetic marker spread from Mongolia to Afghanistan, Russia, and even the Middle East. This is the result not only of Genghis Khan's numerous wives and concubines, but also systematic rape during conquests. After capturing a city, young women were selected for Mongol warriors. High-ranking commanders had the right of first choice, and the most beautiful were sent to the Khan's harem. Genghis Khan had more than 500 concubines and at least 4 official wives. But the exact number of his children is unknown to historians. Fact 4. Incredible military tactics. The Mongols used the bodies of prisoners as human shields. They forced captured residents to walk ahead of their troops when storming cities, making them the first victims of arrows from the defenders. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. Genghis Khan created a military machine far ahead of its time. Each Mongol warrior had 3 to 4 horses, providing incredible mobility. The army could cover up to 160 kilometers per day, a distance that European armies took a week to cover. The tactic of false retreat became the Mongols' trademark. They pretended to flee from the battlefield, luring the enemy into an ambush. When the enemy broke formation pursuing the retreating forces, the main Mongol forces attacked from the flanks. Discipline in the army was ironclad. For disobedience, cowardice, or looting, immediate execution. Mongol bows had a range of up to 400 meters, almost twice that of European counterparts. Fact 5. Death by molten silver. After the victory over Baghdad in 1258, the Mongols executed the last caliph of the Abbasid Caliphate, al-Mastisam, by pouring molten silver into his ears and eyes. According to chronicles, Genghis Khan's grandson Hulagu told him, "You loved silver and gold, so quench your thirst." This execution method wasn't random, it carried symbolic meaning. The caliph's greed, refusing to pay tribute, led to his death. The capture of Baghdad is considered one of the most destructive events in Islamic history. Libraries with priceless manuscripts were destroyed. Irrigation systems built over centuries. The city, which had been a center of science and culture, couldn't recover from this blow for centuries.
Fact 6. Ecological catastrophe. The Mongols turned flourishing areas of Central Asia and Persia into deserts by destroying irrigation systems that had existed for millennia. Some regions still haven't fully recovered. In Khwarazm, territory of modern Uzbekistan, the Mongols destroyed dams, causing deliberate flooding of agricultural lands. In other places, they filled wells with salt or animal corpses. An astounding fact: studies show that some areas of fertile land in Iran and Iraq, turned into desert by the Mongols, have never returned to their previous state over the past 800 years. Satellite images still show the boundaries of these devastations. Fact 7. Biological warfare tactics. During the siege of Kaffa, modern Feodosia, in 1346, the Mongols catapulted bodies of plague victims over the city walls. This possibly became the cause of the Black Death epidemic in Europe. Genoese merchants fleeing the besieged Kaffa by ship brought the disease first to Constantinople, then to Italy, and further across Europe. As a result, about 25 million Europeans died, a third of the continent's population. There is historical evidence that the Mongols deliberately collected corpses of plague victims from other regions and transported them to siege sites. If this is true, then we're dealing with the first documented case of biological weapons in history.
Fact 8. Secret burial ground. The funeral of Genghis Khan was accompanied by the killing of everyone who encountered the burial procession. Then all those involved in the funeral were killed as well. The grave remains undiscovered to this day. According to the secret history of the Mongols, the funeral procession set out from Karakoram towards Mount Burkhan Khaldun. Along the way, warriors killed every person they met so that no one could reveal the route. After completing the funeral ceremony, 800 soldiers who conducted it were murdered by another detachment, which itself was also destroyed later on. The location of Genghis Khan's tomb continues to be a major archaeological mystery despite numerous expeditions and advanced search technologies being employed. Fact 9. Mongol Postal System. Mongols established the first international postal system called Yam, where messengers changed horses every 40 kilometers. Cost of efficiency? Many couriers died from exhaustion, and maintaining the system required about 50,000 horses. The system was incredibly efficient. Messages could travel from Korea to Eastern Europe within several weeks, an incredible speed for the 13th century. Marco Polo wrote that messengers covered up to 250 miles per day, changing horses at stations along their routes. However, the cruelty of the system was appalling. Messengers had no right to stop under any circumstances. They tied themselves to saddles so they wouldn't fall asleep while riding, and often died mid-journey due to fatigue. Punishment for delaying mail delivery was death. Fact 10. Respect for enemies. The only man who earned Genghis Khan's respect was Jalal ad-Din, the last Shah of Khawarizm, who managed to defeat a Mongol army. Genghis Khan admired him greatly and ordered not to pursue when he fled across a river after another battle. In 1221, during the Battle of Parwan, Jalal ad-Din inflicted the only serious defeat on the Mongols. Later, when he was cornered near the Indus riverbank, Genghis Khan personally watched as the Shah plunged fully armed into the waterfall and swam to safety on the other side. Astonished by his opponent's bravery, Genghis Khan told his sons, "Thus should fathers bring forth sons." He then prohibited archers from shooting at the fleeing enemy. This is the only known instance where the great conqueror showed mercy toward an unconquered foe. Legacy of Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan's empire transformed the course of world history and left behind a genetic legacy that lives on today. Despite its brutality, his reign brought some positive changes. First, religious tolerance in history. People of all faiths could freely practice their religion in the Mongol Empire. Abolition of torture as an interrogation method. Mongol courts demanded direct evidence. Introduction of the world's first passport and diplomatic immunity systems. Safety for trade routes. Caravans could cross Asia without fear of bandits. But these achievements came at an immense cost. Genghis Khan acted with unprecedented cruelty, guided by his core principle. Happiness lies in victory. Happiness lies in revenge. Happiness lies in subduing one's enemies, driving them before you, taking away their possessions, making their loved ones weep, riding their steeds, embracing their wives and daughters. The empire lasted over 150 years beyond Genghis Khan's lifetime, but eventually fragmented into separate states. However, the legacy of the great conqueror endures in us today, in the genes of millions, in the culture of dozens of nations, and in the historical memory of entire continents. Who do you think deserves the next episode? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe to our channel. More shocking stories are coming your way, spanning from ancient times to modern days.